latest International Monetary Fund (IMF) report on Guyana projects a 4.4% growth in Guyana's economy this year. For 2018, the IMF says Guyana saw a growth in real GDP by 4.1%, up from 2.1% in 2017. Coming out of the report also were applauses for Guyana's Natural Resource Fund. So what exactly is the Natural Resource Fund? The Natural Resource Fund, NRF, is an account set up by the government to save a percentage of the country's natural resources wealth annually. This is being done to manage the natural resources wealth of Guyana for present and future generations and for sustainable development of the country.
They were in high praise for our Natural Resource Fund, which is our sovereign wealth fund, and the fiscal rule, the withdrawal rule that will allow us to draw funds from the NRF into the consolidated fund and to finance development. As you know, we have indicated that the Green State Development Strategy is our blueprint. Vision 2040 is our blueprint, and we will be using our resources to make certain that the outcomes as set out in the Green State Development Strategy can be achieved.
The Natural Resource Fund Bill 2018 was passed in the National Assembly early in January, following the presentation of government's green paper titled Managing Future Petroleum Revenues and Establishment of Fiscal Rule and the Sovereign Wealth Fund.
The Natural Resource Fund is what others will call the Sovereign Wealth Fund, and it has been designed to achieve three broad objectives. One is to save money for a rainy day, what we call intergenerational. All right, so the resources we are using today, we can't consume all, right? We have to save some for generations to come. Two is to deal with stability issues. You know, oil prices, we don't control oil prices. So we are the mercy of the international market. So today it's up, tomorrow it's down. Indeed, I heard, for example, like gold. Gold prices are trending upwards finally after a long period. And in that regard, you get more revenues now. The problem about that is that if you plan your development based on the rising revenues, when the prices fall, you're likely to be in serious trouble. So we're saving some also to stabilize development, so you don't have to close down all these projects that you would have started because, as we say, the price has bottomed out, which means it has been lowered. So you could draw on the fund to for stability. And the last part has to do with developmental, which is, in the context of the Green State Development Strategy, we will be setting aside monies to deal with infrastructure issues, human development issues, and other issues of concern to our society. So, and that monies will be, so let me back up a little bit. So all monies intended for the Natural Resources Fund from our petroleum and gas resources will go directly to the Natural Resource Fund. It won't be touched by the human hand, right? It gets straight into the Natural Resource Fund.
Why is the Natural Resource Fund important? Minister Jordan explains.
The importance was that, one, we wanted not to make the same mistakes as others who enjoyed oil or similar wealth derived from whatever resource. One mistake we ourselves made in Guyana is that particularly our mining products, bauxite, gold, and our agricultural product, sugar, that were subjected at any one time to premium prices, which is prices well above world market prices. Instead of saving some for a rainy day, we ate all out. We ate all out. And when I say that, I mean today you look at sugar. Had we saved part of the premium price that we were receiving from the European Union for as long as 1972, when the Georgetown Agreement came in, to up to when they terminated the price, which would have been, I would say, over 45 years or thereabout, or close to 45 years, we would have had a sizable a sizable amount now in our sovereign wealth fund that we could have tapped into to help out the sugar industry. The same goes for gold. You know, at one time, prices for gold were up at $1,900 US. You know, but where is the evidence that we've been able to save for that? Bauxite. At one time, we controlled 90% of the market for calcined bauxite at an extremely super price. Where is it when the bauxite industry fell into trouble? We had ate out all the money. You know, we had consumed it all. So learning from those mistakes, we decided upfront, and it was the president who, no less than the president, who was adamant that we have a natural resource fund in place before oil, the first drop of oil.
The Natural Resources Fund Bill 2018 also made provisions for a Public Accountability Oversight Committee. This committee, according to Minister Jordan, will have 22 members from different sections of society to avoid mismanagement of the national patrimony. The committee will not feature any representatives from the government or any ministry or the opposition side of the House.